Hello everyone, I'm Wither and I'm working on a Souls-like story game called Badlands Slime Island, and today I'm going to talk about the story. Now this will contain minor spoilers for the game, and I won't say anything too crazy, as I still want a lot of the game to be a surprise. So let's talk about the basics. So, 110 years ago in the year 10 BTC, before the corruption, the government of the Slime Island wanted a way to instantaneously travel to different parts of the island. So they proposed an idea that would take years to develop. A teleportation device. So they began working on it, and after years of building the teleporter, it was complete. So in the year 0 BTC, they turned it on, but the coordinates were inputted incorrectly, making it go into deep space, millions of light years away. And what came out was a nasty hive mind that sought to destroy it and put everything under its control. But when there's darkness, a small light always appears, and along with the corruption came a small ball of light. With her magic, she granted 3 random slimes her abilities, each of them different from each other. They teamed up and fought off the corruption for years, but when they found out that they couldn't beat it, they built a gun to kill it. But that thing came with a price. The user has to use his magic ability to power the gun, completely erasing it from their body. So, the youngest decided to use his power to kill the corruption and trap it inside an alternate dimension. But along with that, he was trapped inside the gun until the end of time. And 100 years later, in the year 100 ATC, after the corruption, a slime that doesn't know anything about the Great Battle on Slime Island goes to a museum located in the royal section of the island to learn more about the Great Battle on Slime Island for a school project. And as soon as he steps foot in the museum, the clock strikes 12 and a crack in the fabric of time appears. The corruption suddenly seeps out of it, corrupting everyone in the museum, including you. A few seconds later, a bright light appears and says, "It's time." You then wake up and appear to be back and not corrupted anymore. A beam of light shoots up in the sky, revealing the location of the life gun, and it beckons you to go to it. You run to it, seeing everyone corrupted into mindless husks of their former selves. You get to the forest, and the gun covered in vines and dirt reveals itself to you and says, "Pick me up." You pick up the gun, and the game starts. Now, let's talk about the different areas of the island and how they got affected by the corruption. Also, side note, this will have spoilers for the different tribes, so if you don't want to get that spoiled, go ahead and skip to the next part. But, to you who are interested in it, I'll talk about Badlands is a western-styled area with cowboys and a sandworm called the Sand Monster, but I'll get to that later. The Badlands is a very bad problem with crime and forgery, and the slime at the top is a crime boss only known as the Keycard Bandit. He is located in a cave where he gives out keycards that belong to the city, and he has minions who kill anyone that tries to harm him. When the corruption struck the Badlands, the Keycard Bandit's minions only got more hostile and made the main town a deserted place with nobody in it except for the minions who ruled over the town. The forest is a calm place where not really anything happens there. It's government property, and it's mainly used as testing grounds. After the corruption hit, a little slime that owns a shop was chilling there and got corrupted, making him the guardian of the forest. The city is a giant place that has a lot of slimes and is separated into 3 major parts. The main city is where most slimes live, and after the corruption hit, the city got very dangerous with corrupted slimes all over the place and buildings toppled to the ground. The power plant is a place where most slimes work to get their money to pay for their houses. The area is mainly used to power everything, and after the corruption took over, the place isn't being maintained and quickly gets very messy with hazardous materials all over the place that make the corrupted workers radiated and more powerful. The castle is where everyone who is a descendant of the legends live. They are very greedy people, and they are treated like royalty because of who they are related to. After the corruption struck, the corruption now resides there. The Marshlands is a swampy area that used to be government property after they found out that it has a swamp-like monster. So they locked him away, tortured, and tested on it. And now, after many years later, the Marshlands contains many dead slimes, and when the corruption hit, it reanimated the slimes back to life, and the swamp monster, now dubbed the Tortured One, is out and looking for revenge. The Snowy Mountains is a very dangerous place that contains a tribe of slimes that will kill any slime getting in. The Tribe contains a magic power that was bestowed upon them after the corruption was defeated, and the leader used the power to protect his tribe. After the corruption hit, the tribe crumbled as the leader kept the magic to himself, making him invincible to the corruption and mind control. Since the leader kept the magic, the members of the tribe got corrupted, and with the embers of their life, they made sure not to let anyone near the tribe disturb their leader one final time. Now, we'll talk about the characters. This part of the video is tame, so no spoilers will be talked about here. The test subject is a boss that after the demise of the corruption, it left behind a small piece of itself that the government used to see what it does to a person with high power. So they used it on one of the remaining legends, and a monster was born. The sand monster is a giant worm that patrols the Badlands and hunt for power. During the hunt, it destroyed countless areas and got dubbed the name the Sand Monster. The Radiated Slime was a normal slime that owned the power plant, and after the corruption hit, he was transformed into the Radiated Slime after falling into the power plant itself. The corruption is a living entity that was born into existence to consume. The light is the exact opposite of the corruption and was made to give. The legend was the youngest one out of the legends itself and was dubbed the legend after sacrificing himself to destroy the corruption. And that brings us to the end of the story for now. Also, I didn't cover everything as I didn't want to spoil everything in the game. Anyways, I'll see you all in the next devlog.